Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to do challenge number 3 on our E's May challenge. Now, we did this one, let's see, this was last week's, I believe, and then this one was let me get that. That was the first week. This was last week. Got the pockets there. And then I'm going to use that as a cover, but I need one more cover for this insert for our large correspondence journal that we're making. So I need one more cover because I'm going to put in 4 signatures. So we got those. I'll lay those aside. So I want to cover this one. This is going to be my 4th and final signature that I'm going to put in there. So what I have got is 2 pieces of just pattern paper. It's double-sided pattern paper. This came out of a Prima collection, I do believe. Yeah, this came out of an older Prima collection. Now, I needed these 8 inches at least, I think. Let me look at these other ones. I need to measure a little bit since it's been a day or two. And I have slept since then. Yeah, 8 inches is what I need the cover. So, what we're going to do, what I did here is I cut these pieces at 8.5 by 10. Because my journal is 10, I do believe. Right at 10. And this is going to give me just a little room on top and bottom, and then some room on the edge for my cover. So we're going to make a journal cover out of this, a signature cover. We're not making a journal cover, we're making a signature cover. So since my signatures are really large, I'm going to have to use 2 sheets of paper. If yours are smaller, you don't have to use 2 sheets of paper. You can just do the design and not worry about gluing 2 sheets of paper together. But mine are large, so I'm going to have to use 2 sheets. Now I'm going to line it up on my grid paper, line that top up as best I can without having to get up over it. And then I'm going to line this one up on this end. And I'm going to lap it over 1 inch. The reason being is I cut this one at 8.5, this one at 8.5, so that gives me 1 inch to play with. So I am going to put glue from this little notch to that little notch. And using your grid helps when you're doing things like this. Just try to keep it as straight as you can. Now you could use double-sided adhesive, you could use score tape, you could use Fabri-Tac, whatever you want. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. Now in order to get these straight, I need to make sure that I lay that down right at the end, right there at that little notch on my grid paper. And then I need to make sure that this comes up along that line there, that it all lines up together. And that looks pretty good, I think. I'm just going to flip it over and do that. Okay, so there is my long piece of paper. I did get it just a tiny bit off, but who's going to worry about that? Not me. Now I need to grab my scoreboard. Hold on. I know I'm away from the camera talking, but I had to reach down beside me and get my scoreboard. Now, I want to score at 8 inches. Because if I score at 8 inches, then that's going to give me 8 on this side and 8 on this side. I hope. Don't you like how I say I hope? So we're going to score right down through there. It should. If I have measured right, it should. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and fold this. I think it's dry enough to fold. If it's not, then we'll just put a little bit more adhesive in there. Yeah, it's dry enough. I could have waited a little bit longer, but you know how impatient I am when it comes to these kind of things. That's why I don't think I would have ever made it in mixed media, because a lot of that it's waiting for things to dry, and I am not good at waiting. Alright, I got this a little bit off, so I'm going to hold this as much as I can over to this side and then score that. Oh, I have to tell you guys about my dream last night. I dreamed that I won $1 million. Oh my goodness. You're talking about excited. Now, I was excited. I don't know how I won it. I don't know where I was when I won it, but I won it. I was so excited. I was running around telling everybody, which was probably a big mistake, because then I woke up before everything happened. I don't know if somebody tried to take it away from me or what. Alright, this is up, I think, on this paper, best I can tell with the writing. So that's good, because we have our little seam here on the back that you just barely can see, and that's good. So that is going to be our page cover, or that is going to be our signature cover. Now let's see if our signature works in here. Yes, but it's a little bit long this way, out this way. So what we're going to do is trim that off, because I don't need it that long, I don't think. Let me go ahead and hold one of these up to it and see what I got. Well, it actually is just a little bit. I think I'll cut about 1/4 inch off of it. Should be fine. Let's see what it looks like this way. Yeah, I need to cut about 1/4 off of both sides, and that's okay. So what we'll do is grab our trimmer, and we'll just lay this in here and cut 1/4 inch off. I'd rather had a little bit too much than not enough. I was afraid to cut it too short, afraid that I wouldn't have enough, so it doesn't hurt to trim that little bit off there, and then that should work perfect. Let's see. Hopefully. Yeah, that's good. And let's put it in here to make sure it's going to fit. And if I stitch it in there, it is going to fit right there. Not a problem. I may have to trim it a little bit from top to bottom, looks like. Maybe. But I'm not going to be able to trim it a lot. I'm just looking at it. I'm going to trim about 1/4 inch off from the top to the bottom. Or maybe a little less than 1/4. Just because it's a little bit tall. Just a tiny bit. But I don't want to get it too short. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we got that. Alright, now what we're going to do is take these, your 2 sheets, or your sheet if you only had to put one together. If you just had to put one together, then just put one sheet together, fold it in the middle, and that's your page. As you know, if you don't have one as big as me here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take some junk mail envelopes. And this is going to be one of them right here. And I actually got these sent to me by one of you guys. And I wish that stamp wasn't cut in half, but it is. We're going to even up this end right here. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this one off. I want to keep my windows, so I'm just cutting them off so that I can keep my window. Let's see. Let's give us a little bit of extra room. There we go. We'll save that piece to work on later. Alright, now what we're going to do with these is they're going to be tip outs or flip outs, ever how you want to say it. Some people call them tip outs, some people call them flip outs. But they're going to go right here. Let's see, I think I'm going to put this one on this side. They're going to glue down right there. And this one's going to glue down right here. Like that. And then we're going to put a pretty photo or something in here. We're going to collage on them, and that's going to be our little tip outs for our pages. So let's see. The first thing I want to do is collage them, though. That's going to be easier for me to do with them like this than it would be if I go ahead and glue everything down. So I've just got a bunch of scrap paper here that we have pulled out from here and there, and we're just going to use it. We've got some of this pretty yellow that'll go with that in there. So I'm going to grab my ruler. And we're just going to start tearing little pieces off. Okay, that didn't work. I needed to cut just a little bit of that white off, and the tearing it didn't work. So let's just go ahead and cut that. And then since I tore that, we'll go ahead and cut that. We'll put a piece right there, like that. Or maybe I'll turn it this way. Yeah, I'll turn it that way and let the little decal edge be on the inside. And then let's go ahead and tear this edge off. And the bottom. And then I'm going to tear, let's see. I have a pretty big piece here on the bottom. So let's just go ahead and tear a piece for that. Okay, that'll go there. Now this is how I do my envelopes. You may not do yours this way, and that's fine if you don't. It doesn't matter. As long as you get your pieces down, that's all that matters. But you just about have to collage these because they've got so many little pieces that you really couldn't get a full sheet of paper on, or you'd have to do a lot of cutting. If you wanted to glue something down, you'd have to cut out the window unless you wanted to cover the window, and in this case we don't want to cover the window. And I'll just probably go back and forth and do one and then go back and do the other, and back and forth like that. Not that you have to match them because they're not going to be side by side, but just because we want it to look somewhat near similar, if that's what the look that you're going for. Alright, we're going to tear this out. And I'm kind of guessing at this size, hoping that I'm tearing it somewhere near right. That's a little shy, but it'll do. It'll work. And these are from lots of different collections, so I won't even try to remember where they're all from. They're digital papers, but they're from a lot of different people. And if you have given me some of these and you see yours down below, you're welcome to comment on that. I don't have a problem with that at all. And say, oh, that's mine, I see it. Alright, let's put a piece there. Let's go ahead and tear that. Okay, we'll put that right down through there. And let's see. Let's grab another piece. Alright, I'm going to incorporate a little bit of this blue in there. Oops, wrong ruler. Wrong ruler. I didn't think that ruler felt right for some reason. Okay. And I think think I'll try my best to get that butterfly right down through there. I do have a little piece there that's torn a little crooked, but I don't care. This will work. I'm just gonna fold it over, or lap it over that other piece. Lap it over. That's what we say. I don't know what the correct word is. We say lap it over. Alright, there we go. And then I can always go back and trim off any that's hanging over the outside. So I'm not gonna worry about that part. And I'm gonna put probably, let's put a little piece of this blue down here at the bottom. Well, look at that. Look at that tearing. That's bad, bad, bad. Just gonna put a little piece down there. Alright. Now I think I might want a piece of this. And I think I want that postal part down through there. So let's see what we can do about that. Oh yeah, that works. Let's see if we might have, yeah, we're gonna have enough. Let's do it that way right there. Okay. I love that on there. Love it, love it. And this was just a postcard digital, so that's what that was. Trim it off right here at the top just a little bit. Cute, cute, cute. Now, do we want to put a little piece of you over here? We can put a little sliver down through there, I guess. It's not going to take very much at all, but I'm going to cut it a little bigger and then I'll just trim it. Trim the edge. Because I know it's going to be too big, but it's easier to trim it off than to try to tear a tiny, tiny piece. Make sure that's covered, and it is. And I'm just going to trim this off. It went a little crooked, or we went a little crooked, but that doesn't matter. It's not a biggie. Okay, I think I might run that piece right down through there. Then we need a little piece right here. I'm just going to put a little piece of this straw paper there. I think it will work with the flower there and there. Alright, there we go. There's the front of that one done. Now we just need to finish this one with a couple pieces. Let's see, we need one piece here and here. So I'm going to put, let's do a little piece of straw paper down there at the bottom. Right there. Then we'll trim this off. Alright. And then we need a little piece up there. So what are we going to put there? Let's see. Oh, I think that'll look good. Let's just put a piece of this. Then we can go ahead and trim this off. And that's going to be all of the front finished on both of them. I like that. I think that's pretty. I'm going to flip it over and do the back. Now I'm not going to do the flap because we're actually going to be hiding that. But I just need to put some paper here. And you could use a whole piece if you want. I think I may just collage it. I may just use some big pieces and collage it like that so that it doesn't take me quite so long if I've got some bigger pieces over here. I think I might take off the Easter here and the Easter up here. And we'll use this piece. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I can save those back for later. And then we can come back in with this yellow right there. And that's almost going to take all of that up. We just need a little strip of something up there. So let's go ahead and glue that down. I've been wanting to use this piece somewhere, so now I have found the spot. I'm going to put that over that piece just a little bit since that piece didn't have the tear on it. I am going to need a little piece there, but that's not a problem. We can come in with something there. Let's just tear a little piece of this. It'll work. Boy, that was not torn crooked, was it? Not a bit crooked. Yeah, let's just do that, and I'm going to tear off the end. Alright, we still need something up here, but we'll deal with that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this one. I'm just going to tear off that little piece right there. Okay. And then we need something else for up there at the top. That would almost do it. But I want the edges torn, so let's go ahead and tear that. Also using up some of our scraps, so I like that part. Oh, come on, you'll tear. Tear. There you go. So we'll put that down like that, and then we'll still need another little piece up here at the top, but that's not a problem. And I am going to run the writing sideways. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Now, what do we need? Let's see. Oh. No, not that one. Now let's do a piece of this. And I'm going to carry it just as far as that one is, and then I'm going to put another piece at the top there. I think. My thinks. No, I'm not. I'm going to carry it up that far. I don't want them to be even. Alright, there we go. Just going to turn that little piece in. Now, I'm going to trim that off right there. I've got a couple of different layers, or a couple of different heights there, and I just want to trim it off. Even though I went ahead and tore that and glued it, I still want to trim that right across there. Oh, it doesn't want to cut with it wet. There we go. Then I'm just going to go in and taper that just a little bit. Okay. Alright, I just put one little piece right here, and then I just folded it over on the inside, and that takes care of that envelope. All except, well, that piece just insists on staying in there. Now, I'm going to cut this off a little bit because I do not need it that long. Plus, it's torn right there on the end. So, that still gives me plenty of room. Now, I want to put something right here because this is actually going to show when I glue that down. See, that's going to show. So, I want to put something there. And I just want a long piece of paper to put down through there. It doesn't matter what it is. That'll work right there. So we're just going to glue that in there. I'm going to try to make sure that I don't get it on the plastic, because we don't want it on our little window. Well, I got that little tiny edge right there. My. Okay, we'll figure that out. Let me go ahead and trim this off. Let's see. Do I want to cover that? No. Alright. I'm going to fold this back. That is the little flap of the envelope. And then I'm just going to trim this off, because that flap is going to be covered with our paper. When we glue it down, we're going to bring our paper over that flap, because it'll glue like that, and then the paper will go over that. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Let me go back in and make sure I get glue right there. Alright, there we go. Now we've got this little tiny piece right here. So what I'm going to do is this right here. I'm just going to put that piece down through there, and that'll cover that up. Okay, now all of that's covered up. So then we just need to trim this a little bit, just in the angle of our envelope there. Got that. And let's see. Alright, now I want to put something back here, because when I pull my tag in and out, I don't want to see that. So I just want to slide something in there, something that's really, really pretty. So let's see what we might want. That's pretty. And it's got some of the yellow and green and all that on there. So let's just slide that in there. Why not? It's a piece of scrap and it'll work. Okay. Tear this edge off. Now all we need to do is, I'm just going to put it in there like I want it, and then I'm going to hold it up and put my glue on the back, because if I try to slide it in there with glue on it, I'm going to get glue everywhere. And then I'm just going to press it down. Okay, let's see what we did. See if we did good. Yep, it's all glued down, so that's good. So there is that one, and that one is completely finished. All except gluing it on the side of our page. So that one's ready to go. Now we can finish up the other one, and then we can glue them down on the edges of our page. Well, I want to glue this end down because I think, let's see, if I glue that down to my page like that, flip out, my pocket will be that way. Yeah, I want to glue this edge together because my pocket, I want to be from the top to the bottom. You could leave your pocket either way. This is just the way I want to do mine. You could leave this open and let that be the pocket, but I want mine to be, want my pocket to go in this way. So then I'm also going to cut a little opening, not an opening, but a little pull right here. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make so much noise. I think I scared the pooch. I scared my doggy. He was fast asleep, and when I did that, he jumped all over. Okay. Now, okay. I have that cut out where you can see it from this side, but that's not going to matter. When we put a tag, let's just pretend for a minute. Well, that's going to be way too big. I can't pretend with that one. We got to pretend. Let's pretend that this is our tag. No, that's too big. I can't pretend with that one. Okay, let's fold this and pretend that this is our tag. When we put our tag in there, that is going to take care of that, because you'll see the tag and you won't see that hole. And then on our tag will be a nice picture of something. So now you don't have to cut that out if you don't want to. That's just my thing. All right, we got the front finished, so let's put a little piece right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this little piece off like I did on that other one. And just angle that like that. And then we're just going to run something right across there. And that's not going to be long enough. I'd like to run something that's the right length, so I don't have to make two pieces. See if we have anything that's the right length. Well, we have that, but that's going to be too flowery. Let's just run a little piece of this Edith Holden book page across there. I don't have to have it very big, so we'll just do that, and I'll still have that book page to use. And if any of you know where I can get some Edith Holden books that are, you know, that I don't have to pay a mint for, let me know. I would love to have more. I think this page and one more is all I have left of the ones that have been gifted to me. And I've looked on Amazon and everywhere, and the only ones I can find are outrageously expensive. I'd love to have, even if it's falling apart, I don't care. I just love to have some, so that I can use up some of her beautiful pages and preserve them. They're so pretty. Okay, we're going to cut that little piece off right there. There we go. And look, my 8 is there. Okay, now we are going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little piece down through there. We can run a little piece of this purple because we've got purple right there. Just a little piece of purple down through there. Or if you have any Edith Holden books to sell, I would love to have the chance to purchase them if you want to sell them. I can't pay a fortune for them, but I would love to have some. All right. Come up. Okay. We are going to go ahead and glue that right down through there, just like that. Just going to put my glue right here. Yeah, just make sure that it's not showing through the window. All right. Need to trim a little bit right here. Now, I just want to trim this little bit off so that it won't interfere with my fold when it's flipping back and forth. There we go. So that's going to be glued down like that. The paper is going to cover this, so we're good there. And yeah, I'm going to cut a little pull in this one, but I'm going to try not to cut it so deep. It's easier for me to see it this way. Like that. Yeah, that works. Then you can't see it from this side. But we do need to put something in there so that when we pull the tag out, we won't see just a naked spot. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? What do you think about that? Is that too busy? I don't know. I don't think that's too busy. I like that. What do you think? Okay, let's see. I don't think I have another scrap that would really work. So I'm going to put this one in there. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Let's see. I'm going to cut it off right there. And then I'm going to slide it in just like I did the other one where I want it. Then I'm going to glue it down back here. That's just my way of keeping it from getting glue all over this window, because if I try to slide that in there, I know what I would do. I'd make the biggest mess. Okay, just make sure that it's glued down well, and then there is that. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this side down. If I can run my glue straight. Come on. Now you could stitch around this if you want to. I probably would if I was doing another one, but just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to, because I want to get this one put on. And let me move some of this garbage. All right, which one did we want where? I don't know now. Let's see. I like that one there, I think. I like that one there, I think. Yeah, let's just do them that way. So what we're going to do is put glue on this side of this. Now, I don't want to glue it around the page, because if I do that, then I'm going to be putting this flap on this side, and I don't want that. So I'm going to glue it, and I probably will glue this one down close to the bottom. Let's see, hopefully you can see. Close to the bottom right there. Just press that down. Okay, so that one will tip out like that. We'll have a pocket there, and we'll cover this with something. Piece of paper or something. Lace, we'll cover it with something. And then this one I may put up close to the top. Yeah. Okay. And again, we're going to put glue here. Oh, that's a very loud helicopter or plane or whatever that was that went over. We have a little airport over behind our house, a little bitty one. And sometimes the airplanes get really too low, I think. I think they're risking it a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, you know what I did? That flower's upside down now, isn't it? Oh well, this flower is upside down, which even if I'd have put it over here and I'd turn this one around, it would probably been different. But since we're going to have a tag in there, it's not going to show anyway. But if you want to get yours perfect, then don't put your flower in upside down. Or I can always go in and put something else there if I need to. So that is the pockets there and there. Now, I don't know if I have anything right here that I can cut a tag with. Let me see. It's going to have to be a good size tag, and it's going to have to be a tag that has something really pretty on it. So even though we got this little guy upside down, I'm not going to worry about that. That's not a biggie. When I put my tag in there, nobody's going to be the wiser. We are going to cover this where we glued these down. And I'm just going to use this scrap piece, and I'm going to glue it down just like that. I'm going to cut it off right here at the end. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. So let me grab my trimmer. Now I'm going to glue that down there, and I'm going to leave this side open, and that's going to be another little tuck. Let me pull it over here where you can get a good look. This is where this flips out. So I'm going to put this on there to cover this, but then I'm going to leave this side open, so I'll have just another little tuck there. It's just something added extra. All right, I'm going to glue this down, and while I'm gluing this down, let me say a few things right here. I try to answer as many questions as I possibly can, but I find myself answering the same questions over and over again. And I try also to go over everything that I know that there's a lot of questions about in the in my videos. So if you don't mind, please just watch all of the video and listen, and you will hear a lot of the answers to your questions that you might have. You know, I had, oops, That slid, didn't it? I have had tons and tons of questions. Let me see what this is doing before I finish here. About these glue bottles, these tips, and these tips. And I try my best to answer it every time, but it's taken me forever to answer the same question over and over again. So if you will watch the videos all the way through, normally I'll tell where everything comes from. I have links below. Now, I had a lot more questions last night about how did you get that pen up in the Sugarbelle bottle? Well, or up in the Sugarbelle cap. This is the Sugarbelle caps right here. This is knitting needle caps that my pen is in. I don't use them on here on the Sugarbelle bottles. All I use is just a plain cap. So this is a knitting needle cap. I have those linked below. I get those off of Amazon. And then I just put my little pins up in there that go in these bottles. This one and this one. So these are not Sugarbelle bottle caps. The only thing I have Sugarbelle bottle caps on is my Sugarbelle bottles. Okay? So please, if any of you want to help me out by answering some of those questions, that would be wonderful. If you see that question pop up, if you'll just let them know. And please, I don't mind answering your questions, but sometimes I just get hung up answering one question right after the other, and it's the same thing, that it takes me so long to answer them that, you know, that takes me away from doing other things like making new videos and doing tutorials and getting out orders and things like that. So, because nobody else answers my questions for me. I answer all of them. I don't have somebody hired that goes through my questions and, you know, picks and chooses and answers them for me like some YouTubers do. I answer all of my own questions. Nobody helps me at all. So if you see that question pop up and you know the answer, please just let them know that those are two different type bottle caps there. All right, let's see which one I'm going to put this on. Like that, maybe? Yeah. Because anything that I use, if I can find it, oops, look what a mess I'm making out of this gluing now. If I can find it, I link it below. If we don't carry it in the store, I try to find it somewhere else. I search down links, and just that in itself takes me a while. But I search down links and I try to find things for you. If you don't see a link down there for it, then that just means that I can't find it anywhere. I don't have a clue where it come from. I had a lot of questions about that vellum that I used the other day. This vellum pack. This vellum pack was gifted to me. I have no idea where they got it. It's from Hot Off the Press. If you want to try to search that down, you can, but that's all I know. It was gifted to me, and the name is Hot Off the Press. So other than that, I don't have a clue. Now, I tried to find it on Amazon, and they did not have it that I found, so I don't know. I don't know. Now, okay, we got those. So we've got now little tucks here. And I want to do a little bit more, I think, here. I believe. Let me close this up and look at it. So that's how it's going to close. I don't know. I may not do it anymore here because once these are closed up, it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and make some tags for each side of this. Now, what are we going to make those out of? And please don't get offended for me saying any of that. I'm not complaining about... I love all of your questions and I love all of your comments. Don't get offended at all. It's not that I just don't want to answer them. It's just that some nights when I answer the same question like 55 times, and especially when I've gone over it in the video, it gets a little bit tiresome. Okay, I like that piece, so I might just go ahead and use that one. I'll have to back it because it's not very thick, but that's okay. Sometimes it's easier for me to do this than to think about it, so I think I'll just do it like that. Oh, that's going to cut my little butterflies. I'm going to go back some. Okay, let's put this down in there first and see what we got. Yeah, he's going to show through. That's cute. I like that. Okay, now let's back it with something so it'll be nice and strong. Let me grab this paper right here out of my scraps. I'm going to grab this. If I put it on this way, I'll cover this up, and then the back side of that is plain. So that's the way we'll do it right there. All right, let's trim this off. Okay, that should work. And I'm going to go ahead and round my corners because I just like that rounded look on a little journaling card like this. I'm not going to make it into a tag, just a journaling card. And I'll probably go back later and stitch that, but I'm not going to worry about stitching it right now. I'm going to put a little ink around it, and then see, it slides in there so much easier. I like it. I liked it with the bird on the other side. Yeah, I like it that way better. And then we could go back and put a little word in there. We might do that in a minute. Let's go ahead and concentrate on getting one on this side. Now, what do we want over here? Just need something with some color in it. And this one is actually, let's see. It's going to have something right at the bottom to show up. There we go. That's a little better. So let's see what this one will look like if we put it in there. Let's see. We need to put it in this way. I think that'll make the birds upside down. I don't know if it's going to go in without having a backing on it. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out what I've got stuck there. I've got something stuck to the edge. Well, I really wanted to check it out before I put it in there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to without putting a backing on it because it's a little bit too flimsy. So let's go ahead and put a backing on it. We can always use it somewhere. If we don't use it here, we can use it. So I am going to, I think, put it on here. You can write on this side. And this is just a backing to some ephemera that I got. And I'll see if we need to trim it down first before I put it in there. We might need to trim a little bit because I might have ran my glue real crooked on this one. Sometimes I do that. So let's go ahead and see if this will go in there. If not, we'll trim it down a little bit. Yeah, it just feels like I've stuck something down there somewhere. Let's see. I want it to go down a little bit further, so I am gonna, first off, I'm gonna get my little tool here. It's a little spatula. And I'm gonna go down in there because I feel like there's a little glue right there that's just not letting me go all the way. Okay. I felt something break loose. So we'll see. But I'm still going to trim it off just a little bit to see if it will go down in there a little bit further. Alright, that looks like it went a little bit further. Now we got our bird showing some. Yeah, I think that looks good. We could cut it a little more and have our wording showing, but I'm not too concerned about that. So we got our tag for that. I'm not going to worry about putting a pull on them because they both stick out just a little bit, so you're able to pull them out. So I'm not going to be concerned about that. I don't care that things are running sideways and all that. That doesn't bother me either. Now, I think, let's see. I thought about going ahead and making a little tuck for that. Just something like that, but I don't want to do it out of that same color, I don't think. So, let's see what we have. So someone also asked me, what did I store all of my ephemera in that I make up? This. It's just one of those little clear acrylic. It's actually, they're made to go in the refrigerator, but I have quite a few of these and I use them out here, and they fit my ephemera in there just great. Look at this. And when that one gets full, I just put another one. I grab another one and fill it up. There we go. I like that there. So then that will goes that way. Then we can put something else over here. I don't know that I have another long one. No, I don't want that one. But that is what I keep them in. And you know, when I start using them, I put something back here to kind of hold it so that they don't all fall down. And I've used a few of those in the last couple of days. So I'm going to look and see what else we can find right here. Susan. This is from Susan at Hello Susan. She usually has such great long tags like this. I like that one, but it says Hello, Happy Easter. So I don't want to use that one on there. But if nothing else, we'll find just one of her papers and use it. Okay, here's one right here. We'll put that one on there. I like when she makes these long pieces for the side. They make great tags and things for this. So we're going to cut this one out and use that. And that is Hello Susan. Hello, H-E-L-L-O, Susan, S-U-S-A-N, on Etsy. All you have to do is go to Etsy and type that in. It'll pull her up and you can see all of her beautiful creations. I'm going to cut this side off just a little bit. Right there. There we go. She has some very, very beautiful pieces. Digitals. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Cute. I love that. Okay. You know, I still feel like I need something here. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just do. So what do you think? I just feel like this is too, with it being yellow, polka dot, it almost looks too plain. So, I don't know. Trying to think if I want to put anything on there or not. I'm thinking of what I have that might be really tall. And I don't know that I have a lot of pieces that's really tall. Let's look in here. This is some ephemera that I haven't put in my tall ephemera journal yet. But it's got some of those blues and pinks in it that we could possibly use. We could use this lady. Oh, she's pretty. Might use her. Let's see what else we might have. No, I don't want another lady. That might be what I do right there, and I might put this piece up here, maybe. Let's see, which way is right side up? I'm not sure. I might put that one up there and her down here, and I might just glue this one partially and have another little tuck spot there. We still have plenty of room to journal. So let's do that. And instead of trimming this white that's around this, I'm just going to ink it up. It will be fine inked up. I just don't want to take the time to trim it right this minute. See, that makes it pop off the page. And I'm going to do the same with her. This is the second image of her that I have used, and I absolutely love it. This came out of Blue Fern, and we don't have any more of this. This is a collection that we had a couple of months ago. But this was in the ephemera pieces. And she is very, very pretty. Okay, we're going to put that down. And I'm going to go ahead and stick her down all the way because I don't want to use her for any kind of tuck because I don't want her to tear or anything like that. I'm just going to put her a little bit closer this way so that I won't have any trouble getting anything in and out of there. I had a paper towel a minute ago. There we go. And then this one I'm going to put up here at the top. Well, did you see me? I'm just going to put it all the way down. Instead of putting glue just in parts, I put it all over. And that's fine. I don't need another tuck spot on there. That's going to work fine just like it is. Okay. All right. Now, I really like that. I really, really like it. And these, I don't think need anything on them because we've got our words here. This one we could put a little word on if we wanted to. All right, let's see if I have anything in here that we might put on there. I just cut out a few little words a minute ago. Did a little bit of fussy cutting, not much. I don't do a lot at one time because I don't want my hand to start giving me fits again. So I just do little bits and pieces. Let's see, what about that? Oh yeah, that would look good there. Could just put that there. Go ahead and ink it up a little. Like that. Now there's lots of things. That's going to conclude the inside. There's lots of things we can do out here. But I'm thinking that I'm going to wait until I put all of my signature and everything in here. And then I may do something else here on the outside. I'm not sure. Not sure yet what I might do. But that's how our signature is going to go in there. And we will use gesso and go over these pages to cover a lot of this up. Because I don't want that. I don't want that in my journal. So I'll use gesso to go over some pages. And then on some of them, I'll use my digitals to just cover them. But that's going to stitch in there just like that. And then we'll just come back and put something here. We may put a pocket on here. We may put a big flower on here. I don't know. But I'll decide that later. But your challenge is to do 2 pages like this with these pockets. You're using your envelopes to make your pockets to flip out like that. So that is your challenge. All right, guys, that is it for this video. And this is challenge number 3 for the Ease May challenge. So I want to see some photos and things. And if you're not a member of our Scrapbooking with Me Facebook group, make sure that you go over there and join that. That's where you'll post all of your entries. And if you do post some on Instagram, make sure that you tag me. Just put hashtag ESMayChallenge on there, or I won't be able to find them. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.